live from EEC Congress 2025. It is a pleasure for me to talk with Professor Julie de Becker, a genetic cardiologist at Belgium University Hospital. Some outlines about management of cardiovascular disease during pregnancy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for inviting me here. So, in the updated guideline document since 2018, some important updates have been made, and it was really useful to have this update incorporated into our document. First and foremost, we have now dedicated a formal chapter to the pregnancy heart team and to the importance of the pregnancy heart team in managing women with cardiovascular disease. We have tried to explain what the pregnancy heart team should or who it should be composed of. So there's a core team, and then there's additional members who can be put into the team according to the individual case. And we have clearly set the timeline through which, so the whole process through which the pregnancy heart team is involved. And we want to emphasize that pregnancy or cardiovascular disease and pregnancy extends well beyond these 9 months of gestation. So it starts pre-conceptional. In many cases, women with known cardiovascular disease should be talked about pregnancy even from very early age. So transition, for example, when it comes to people with congenital heart disease, they need to be informed about the risks of pregnancy, about formal or good methods for contraception, and they need to know what evaluations should be done before they become pregnant. And then, of course, there's the 9 months during which these women need to be followed. There's the delivery, which is a very critical point that needs to be well prepared. There needs to be a delivery plan. And then you have the postpartum period, where in the early phase you may encounter like some problems like aortic dissection, peripartum cardiomyopathy, and there's a number of like preeclampsia can also occur even after delivery. So we need to be aware of that. And then there's a long-term effect of pregnancy. So women who have had adverse pregnancy outcomes need to have lifelong follow-up for cardiovascular disease and risk, and they need to have proper management. So that's a key element. And another, if I may, another important change that we have made is that in the very high risk group, so we have provided a modification of the MWHO classification for maternal risk. And in the very high group, so the class 4, we have now removed the class 3 recommendation. So you should not become pregnant. We wanted to remove that. We want to respect the autonomy of the woman in her decisions, and we always want to go for a shared decision-making process. So discuss the high risk with the woman, inform her about what can happen to her and the baby, and then let her decide what decisions she wants to make, and provide social and psychological support for her to make her decision. So that's an important aspect as well. And then there's a number of updates for all the diseases. Maybe important to mention also is that we have now also put more emphasis on genetic aspects, preconception counseling, but also in some diseases like in aortic disease, genes play a role in your management. So the thresholds for surgery can be informed by the underlying genetic variant. And so that's another point that we have wanted to include in the document.
This is the main topic that we emphasize, the main topic. All the disease, valvular disease, cardio.
Yes, so
what is the main change?
The main change, well, to me, the main change is the removal of the class 3 recommendation for the high risk pregnancies. I think that's a major change that was made. Other than that, there's throughout the document there's various other changes and adjustments that we have made. Yeah. from a structural point, the pregnancy heart team chapter, and then from the recommendation point, the removal of the class 3. That's, I think.
Thank you, Professor Julie, for accepting our invitation. We are waiting to see you soon
Yes.
at our meeting,
Yes.
STCCCV online studio. Thank you.
Thank you very much.